Good evening, everyone. Sensei Kevlar. A couple days ago, I had put a straddle on my Ethereum USD, and at that time, I said it was going to be in distribution around $736. So I wanted to do a quick update and see where we're at with that. You can see here that this is what I was doing on that last Thursday, and then immediately after, it went into distribution and did a bunch of selling around the 736. Here's a number of sells in which we got rid of, brought the price all the way down to 733, it looks like, before it finished selling out enough to bring my straddle into line and stop it from being in distribution. So I did a bunch of selling, quite a bit here. Sold, let's take a look. A good, probably 4 Ethereum at the 733 mark. Then, soon after, last Friday, the very next day, the very next evening, the price of Ethereum came down to $676. And without me doing anything at all, it went ahead and started buying me back in. So here I sit now, having bought a bunch at $676, and we can prove that by saying, take a look at the buys of ETH USD. And we can see that the buys, the last buys were here on May 11th at $677. And then take a look at the sells for ETH USD. And the last sells were at $734, again back here on May 10th. So what this does is this sets me up to, if the market moves up from $681 towards the $734 range, then I could do some more selling again. Which is exactly what it's done. If we take a look here, according to our plan, we're back up where we started. We did a bunch of selling right around in this range right here. Then the market came down and we did some buying. Well, it's time to turn around and sell this again. But according to the way the straddle is set up, it's not quite ready to go into distribution just yet. So what I want to do is I want to adjust my straddle to make sure that I'm doing a little bit of selling here, just to let off a little bit of steam that I pulled in down here, take some profits, and then set myself up for another good motion downward. Because what I'm foreseeing is I'm foreseeing a breakdown in this market pattern right here, where this could probably turn around and bring me down into here. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I let go of anything that I bought here and set myself up for, that good downward motion. So let's go ahead and pull up that straddle. And what we can see is that according to the next distribution level would be at 769. Well, I'm not sure I want to wait for 769 to be selling again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to entice this to go ahead and hold a little bit less Ethereum at this level. I'm going to do that by adjusting my maximum allocation. Previously, I had said I was going to allocate $60,000 for this, and I want to do some selling at this point and then have it come down. Well, it came down and did some buying. Now it's come back up, and what I want to do is I want to lessen my load on ETH. Because I do foresee ETH coming down a little bit more. I want to be holding more US dollars, so I'm going to allocate less US dollars for the ETH opportunity. I'm going to start by setting the strategy inactive, disable it, changing active to false to make sure that I don't inadvertently make a change that I'm not happy with, and then have it start doing a bunch of things. Then I'm going to change that maximum allocation and see where that puts me. Because when I change it to, when I change the maximum allocation from 60,000, it would have me selling at 769. When I bring it down to 50,000, well, it has me selling out at 732. That's awfully close to what I'm looking for. I'm looking for just a little bit more on top of that, though. So in order to go ahead and entice that, I'm going to go ahead and bring it down just a little bit more. Only allocate 40,000 for this, and what that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and put me into distribution. saying that my distribution is going to go ahead and start selling me off in order to bring me down to only allocating $40,000 worth of USD at this time. Now, what might happen is because I'm only allocating a little bit of not as much US dollars for this, what might happen is we might see the market come down and I end up doing some buying. So if that happens and we end up to a point like down here, what I'm going to do at 530 is I'm going to come back and I'm going to re-increase that allocation in order to hold more Ethereum for the move upward. But right now I'm just trying to lighten my load and get rid of some of that Ethereum. So that looks good to me. Let's go ahead and make that active. And we should immediately see it go into distribution because we do see that the current mode is distribution. And what we can expect to see is we can expect to see our trailing stops go ahead and start to activate. So I'm just going to wait for those to happen. And there they go now. And as you can see, the trailing stops are kicking in, and it's going to start selling me out once again at around the 726 mark here. So the stuff that I bought at 677, I'm now selling for a profit at 726. Setting myself up for the market motion downward while still having plenty of room for a run up in terms of holding some Ethereum if it does want to give me some more profits. So that should do it for this one. This is Sensei Kevlar reminding you to plan the trade and trade the plan.